Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. Today guys, it's Monday morning. I hope you've had a great weekend. It was really nice and chilled for me, even though I did come in on Saturday morning and then I had a little go at this. I'll show you what I've done in a second. But yeah, it's going to be a really busy week this week. I can see it already. We have got a new project to pick up. No, not pick up. It's being dropped off. I'll explain a little bit more. The car is a little bit further up north. And when I say up north, I mean Newcastle. So yeah, it's not really going to be one for me to pick up, to be honest with you. The price wise to get it delivered to me was about 300 quid. So when you take into consideration the fuel and my time, it was a no-brainer really. I can crack on with other stuff whilst it's been dropped off. So that's the plan for the new project. I will get a bit further into that. I will drop a little sneak peek of it as well with a picture in my Instagram. So if you haven't already, guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and you'll see this new project before. And the only thing I'm going to say about it, it's a hot hatch. Yeah. So that's that. Today, obviously, like I said, it's Monday morning. I've got two new jobs coming in. They're projects. They're little sort of just, you know, customers' cars. They're coming in today. One's a Focus with some water damage getting into the actual inside of the car. So we've got to address that, look into that, pull the seats out, carpets, clean them all up, just and find, obviously, the water leak as well, which I think is coming from the front. And we've also got a black truck coming in for a little bit of paint work and a little bit, not painting, but like sort of just a little bit of flat polishing. And he wants a little dent pulled out. But I'll explain everything whilst the day goes on. So yeah, for now, let me I'll turn you around. Let me get over there and I'll explain exactly what I did on Saturday. And then we can crack on with the Focus, because that Focus is outside. We'll bring it in and I'll show you exactly what's going on. So let's do this. Right, okay guys, so let me just explain what I've done on this car, because I come in Saturday and I just wanted to get cracking with the dash and the swap over. We have got the projects in for today. This one here, I'll explain what's going on with this in a second. And the truck that's outside the front. So for the minute, let me just show you what I've done. On the inside, you can see that I've swapped over the whole dash. Everything's been put back as it should. I've done both sides of the airbag, the seat belts as well. So they've been done just because I need to be able to move this car about, and I couldn't move it about whilst the dash was half out. So I just wanted to swap it over, get it done, and then that way the car can be manoeuvrable. And yeah, don't want to put the seats back in until I've actually hoovered it all up and stuff yet. Anyway, so I might just run the hoover over both sides, put the seats back in, and then we're good to go. I can then drive it about, and then probably we're not going to get on this one until maybe Wednesday. Yeah, possibly Wednesday. We'll sit the windscreen. I've got the new windscreen, so we'll put that in. We'll put the last little trims back on the inside. Yeah, and then it can go to the body shop. That's basically what I need to do. I need to get it ready so we can take it to the body shop, which means dash in and all that sort of side of it in and the windscreen on. So yeah, I did that Saturday. So that's all finished, more or less. Right, so let's have a chat about this one here. So this is a Mark 1 Ford Focus, and he's got some water leaks that's coming inside. The carpets are all wet here. It smells as well. It's damp. Like, it smells of like just damp water, and sort of, yeah, not good. So I think the best thing to do is going to be on this one is obviously remove the seats, take the seats out completely, pull the carpets up, pull the trims up. These trims have all got to come off. These side trims got to come off, and we'll get the carpet back I think it goes back into the back part as well, into the footwell on the passenger side footwell back down there. It just, I can smell it. It's just damp. It's just water in here, and the reason for it is because of this here. Basically, the water runs off the windscreen down into this kaolin, and it's like you can see that it's not the best. I don't think it's designed to be as close, and there should be a channel underneath this plastic that grabs the water and takes it away and pulls it to this side. And there's a drain plug. I've checked online, and there's obviously an issue there. So yeah, I think the best thing to do first, let's get the seat out. Let's get this carpet up and get that so it can start drying. I have got this car for a couple of days, today and tomorrow, and we'll just do and clean it and dry it out the best we can. Hopefully we've got a bit of sunshine today. I'll take it outside, in the direct sunlight, hopefully, and then just really sort of dry this car out, because it's really sort of I think it's quite bad underneath there. I'll get the carpet machine as well, my Karcher, and I'll suck and pull as much of that moisture and water as I can out of the carpet underneath. It's probably underneath more. Like I can just feel it. Like it's not really coming through a lot. Do you know what I mean? It's just I can just feel it. So it's all the water's obviously underneath, and it's holding. I think there's sponge underneath that carpet, and it's probably holding in that sponge. So yeah, this is the issue we've got. So let's get set up. We'll pull the seat and the carpet, and let's crack on, and let's see if we can get this. It's got to be fixed. It's just you can't carry on like this. So yeah, we've also got the truck out there, which has got a little bit of damage on the back corner. I'll show you that quickly. Just there. It's not too bad, nothing major, and we've got some scratches here. So he just wants me to have a little play with that, and then just sort of see if we can do the best we can with it. Yeah, apart from that, the truck is it's in quite good condition. So he just wants me to have a little play with that, so I will. These kind of little jobs like this kind of, helps, pays the bits and pieces and ticks over, really. So I don't mind doing these for people if I can help out, and I still get a little bit of money, a little bit of a wage out of it, then happy days. So let's crack on. Let's have a go at this, and let's see if we can get this resolved, because it can't carry on like this. I think there's an air filter. Is it a cabin filter? There's a filter box underneath this, and it's that part that's leaking. So that's got to come up. That's got to be re-siliconed, resealed, and set back in. And yeah, that's the cause of the problem. But we've obviously still got to dry it out and get that problem sorted out. So yeah, let's crack on, guys. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, guys, so that's the seat out and out of the way, and you can already just see the water that's on the back of that. And yeah, this is where it's going to hold it and absorb it, and that there is completely soaked. You can see the puddles. So that is obviously you know, because that's in contact with the lower floor pan. You can see it there. And I've got to check to see where it's travelling back towards this way and underneath that carpet there as well. So we've got to pull that up over there at the back, make sure we get it up. And this is the actual thing. If I can get this foam completely out and in the sunshine, that will be perfect. I'm not going to be able to get the carpet completely out because obviously the carpet travels around and it's one piece. So this might be will be an issue. I won't be able to do that. Like I say, it travels around, it's one piece of carpet, but the actual foam I might be able to cut up and get out and then put back if I can get it, because that's what it needs really. It needs a good, you know, in the sun. Look at that. It's just it's just needs coming out. So I'll show you where it looks like it's coming in. And this here, underneath this, there's a filter box there. We need to disconnect these clips and get this off. So, but I think we need to get this carpet drying now. So let's keep going for a minute. Let's get this out, and in the sunshine, it needs to start drying. Yeah. So let's crack on with this first, and then we'll move on to the actual issue and why it's doing it. So just keep going, guys. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys. Oh, that took a little bit of time to pull it out. Let me just get my breath back quickly. I should have done that before I started filming. But yeah, anyway, you can see that obviously the actual underlay, the foam underneath the carpet has been completely removed from this side. I had to cut it away a little bit down there, but it is the only really way of making sure that all the water and everything's dried. You know, leaving it in the car can be done, but it will just take longer and longer and longer for it to dry out. So the best way to do it is to cut, because you're not going to see underneath the carpet anyway. It's just foam. So let's get it out of the car and get it outside in the rain. I had to cut a little bit down there, a little bit on this foam as well, because this is absolutely soaked. See the water coming through? So that's got to come off as well. So I've cut it away a little bit. Again, you don't see it, it's underneath the carpet, but it needs to come out because it is absolutely dripping wet. It's got to come out. And I've got to get the machine on it just to suck out as much as I can. But you can see that this is sitting here and it's just dripping. It needs to dry off. It's the best way to do it, is put it in the sun. So yeah, I've got to get the carpet machine. It's just soaking wet. All that water and moisture, it just won't ever You know, this is the best way to do it. Is just cut it out and get it out, get it in the sun. Yeah, so we are getting there. We are getting there now. That foam, that seems to be dry, so that can stay there. This will all have to be all dried out with some cloths and stuff. Dry at the bottom of the carpet. It's got like a plastic thing to it. It doesn't seem like it's absorbed. There it has a little bit, because that's sort of the bare carpet. But this part is like a plastic, and it seems to have helped to stop it going through into the carpet itself, to absorb it from the foam. So that's good. So that carpet ain't that bad. And then we've got to dry out all this area with some cloths and stuff. Yeah, and then basically just, I think what's happening is obviously the water's running down there from above underneath the dash, coming down along, and you've got these channels that's from here to the back. It kind of goes along there, along there, along there, and then you can see all that water is just gathered up in there. So there we go. Once we get all this water out, you know, the smell will sort of start to, you know, go and evaporate and change as well. So that's good. So yeah, I'll lay some cloths down, clean all that up, wipe it all off, leave those bits and pieces in the sunshine. Just the amount of water that's there, it's going to take a while. Might have to squeeze it out a little bit as well. Squeeze it out, get rid of that water. Get the machine as well, because the machine's quite powerful, and that might sort of suck out the some water as well, so I might use it on that. Just do those bits and pieces, and then we've got to open up this and find out what is going on in there. But I suspect it's something to do with the filter. The filter's going to be probably absolutely soaking wet as well. So let's get this open now. Let's get in there and find out what is going on. Right, okay guys, let me just quickly cut in there. That was a quick little time lapse, because I think I've already worked out what is going on and why water is actually going inside the cabin. So yeah, you can see that you've got this filter here, and the water is supposed to run down the windscreen, and underneath here there's a channel that channels the water away from this filter and drops down to there, and the water is supposed to go down these little drainage holes that's down there. I'll check to see if it's blocked in there as well, but I think I found out what is causing it. So the owner has told me that he did have a service done, and they changed this this filter itself, which they probably did, I've got to be honest. But when they put this back, because he didn't have any problems before, that was replaced. So when they've put this plastic casing back, they have put it back incorrectly, and that's what's causing the leak. And I'll show you what I mean. So as you put this back in place, you're supposed to go up and underneath this bracket here with the channel. But what they've done, you can see, they've squashed it right there. See that? They've squashed it. So as they've squashed it, like there, it's created a water gap there. That's where the water is getting in, because it's squashed there. And it should be like that. And as the water runs down, it runs into this channel and runs away. So that's exactly what's happened. When they've put that back, they've squashed the plastic and created a gap where that bracket sits there. How mad is that? All this damage and all this work because someone didn't put this plastic casing back properly. and bent it up. You can see it. So I'm gonna have to get the heat gun on the back of this plastic moulding and see if I can sort of bring it back to shape. And then when I put it in, I'm gonna have to, it flicks underneath the bracket itself. So yeah, that is where the water is coming in, right there. Everywhere else it would have run into that channel and then run down. It runs down that channel and runs along and then out. But what's happening now is the water's running inside the actual car itself. Wow, just incredible. Let me just check this filter to see if it's wet. It ain't been drying for a few days, raining for a few. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's exactly where it's coming from. It's soaking wet. Look at that. So that's going to have to go out into the sun and dry off. So yeah, I'll have to speak to him about that. He's obviously watching the videos. I told him to watch the videos so we can see what, you know, what's going on, what's happened, and you can clearly see that is the issue with fitting this back. Sorry guys, I like to cut off them because I like to sneeze, and I didn't want to sneeze on camera. It makes it really loud. So yeah, I had to stop and restart it again. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'll have to check in here as well. What I might do, I might put a bit of mastic around, just around that edge there, because I watched the video and the guy is saying that that's where it's coming from. If, you know, this was okay and straight, you can see it is not straight, it is flat. So yeah, if the guy wants to go back to the service people that done the service and they can see the video, this is your proof. This is your proof as what's happened. As they've put it back, it's squashed it. So there we go. I'm sure he did have a disagreement with him at the time about something else. I think he did. Can't remember what it was, but I'm sure he did. He had a little bit of an argument with him for something else that they did. So there you go. I can't obviously talk about different garages and what they do, but I like to show what I'm doing. That way the proof is there. There's no hiding it. It's here. Look at that. So yeah, really, really simple, stupid, really silly mistake, I've got to be honest. But that's the sort of mistakes that's caused so much problems with this car, and stinking so much and smelling like mould, and all this water coming in. Like I said to you, he didn't have any problems before the service was done, and this is the cause of it. So there we go. Right, let me see if I can straighten this up with a little bit of a hot gun and get that back into shape so that we can then flick it back into place. I'll clean all this back up, silicone around the edges, put this in the actual sun so it can dry off. There's no point replacing it, I don't think. It's not that old. It just needs to dry off because it's dripping wet. Oh God. Anyway, right, let's get that dried off. Let's crack on. Let's get it masticed up, cleaned up, and then I'm going to take the car outside in the sunshine with the windows open, and hopefully sort of get the sun sort of directly beaming into that area. That would be perfect if I can. And then that way it will really, really help getting this dried up and sorted out. And then, yeah, I'll bring it in tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do exactly the same thing, leave it out in the sunshine, and then hopefully put it all back together and he can take his car back. Yeah, so, but let's crack on for now. Let's get this masticed up. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, so as you can see, just put some mastic around the edges. Those are the places that it does foul if any water does get into there. But the trouble is, it's like a water trap, isn't it? If any water does go into there, it's going to stay in there. It can only go down into that. So yeah, I have actually put this channel a little bit straighter now, so that should do the job as well. It's got a little bit of movement, and then basically you just tucks up underneath that. It goes underneath it like this. And what happened was, when they fitted this, they just put it on top of it. They should have done that. You can feel it. Push it down with your fingers, and then flick it up like that, and it goes underneath. So yeah, that should be all right. But I'm going to leave it open for now. I really want to get this car out in the sun. It's really nice and sunny out at the minute. So let's get the car out. I'll stick it over there. Yeah, and really dry this out. It's inside. As you can see, I put some tissue paper, and I'm trying to sort of absorb it and get it soaked up. It's not that bad, to be honest with you. And it's already smelling much better in here. I would love to get this carpet out, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see that. It's already dry. See that? That's a wet patch, and this is a dry patch. So it's already dry now. Even just doing this, pulling it away. It's nice and hot in here, but if I get it out in the sunshine, in the direct sunshine, this will dry out really nice. So yeah, I'll get it outside, and then we can leave it to dry. Do its magic, do its thing. Definitely what it needs. Definitely what it needs. Right, let's crack on and get that done. Let's get it outside. And then we'll get this truck in, and I'll show you exactly how we're going to do it. So, yeah, let's crack on. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys. So, as you can see, we have got a Toyota Hilux. Invincible in the workshop, because we've got a little bit of damage on this back quarter of the cab. It's only a little dent here, really, but it needs a little bit of a polish. I want to see if I can get these out for him as well. Don't really know, what we can do with it, but let's just have a go with it. He just said, look, just make it a little bit more presentable than what it is. There's nothing else around this truck that's got anything, nothing at all. It's quite a nice one. I think it's a 3 litre. I think this would probably be better to actually pull a trailer than my L200 Warrior. I think this probably would be better, and obviously look more reliable. They're Toyota Hilux. So yeah, but yeah, it's a nice truck. Yeah, it's all right. He's not happy with his bars that he's put on. He ain't happy at all. It's actually causing him more issues getting in and out than it is. So he's thinking about taking them back. He's actually just bought them. Yeah, he's thinking about taking them back off. But anyway, we're doing this sort of damage here, guys. You can see the dent here. And he just said, look, just do the best you can with it. So we'll probably take the light off, get that out of the way, see if we can get up underneath there. If not, we'll get the dentless paint pot thing. We'll try and pull it out and polish it all up and see how we go. I've just put the Focus outside in the gorgeous sunshine, absolutely baking it in a minute. So you can see it's outside, and the sun is directly inside the car. So that's what it needs. It needs that. Right. So let's set up. First thing I want to do is obviously clean down, get this light off, polish, and then we'll start having a look at that and trying to get that pulled. So let's see if we can get it any better than what that is there. So yeah, let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me just show you what has happened. So, yeah, you can see, look, there's been a bit of a paint flakage on here. And I'll be honest with you, the owner did actually say that could happen. So he was fully aware of what could have happened. I think he's done this before. He used to do it back in the day when he was a bit younger. Little bit of body work and stuff like that. So he's just, yeah, he's retired. He can't, you know what I mean, feel his hands anymore. He's got arthritis. He just can't do it anymore. So that's why he said to me, look, have a go of it. See what you can do. It's come out a little bit. It's a bit better than what it was. You can see it there. There's still a crease there, to be honest with you. But he did say that could happen. It could flake. It's on this corner here, and it's on it's a really, really strong bit of metal. This is. It's quite a big chunky bit, and it's really, I've tried to pull various different ways with this kit, and it's just not moving with it. So what I've been able to do is get behind it with a dolly hammer, and then sort of just tap it away like that. But yeah, it is starting to flake, so I will have to touch that up for him. He did notice, because he mentioned it to me. He said, look, if it does sort of start to flake off or whatever, he said just touch it up with a bit of black paint. He said it's not it's not that important really, but he just wanted to get, more importantly was get rid of the crease as best I can. So yeah, and obviously considering his budget, I'm going to do the best I can for him. I did say to him, look, really needs to go to a body shop, maybe a bit of filler, maybe a bit of paint, and then paint the whole back quarter in or something like that. He just don't want to go down that road. He said, look, I'm not fussed. He said, just do the best you can with it, and that's it. So that is exactly what we'll do. But yeah, it's so solid, this metal. So solid. No wonder it's not moving. I'll just keep going at it, guys. I've got a little bit of a swing inside. I haven't got much of a swing when it comes to going up there. A little bit. Tiny little bit. So I will keep working at it. And then, yeah, I'll come back to you and I'll show you what we've ended up with. So, yeah, let's crack on. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys. So, yeah, there you go, really. I can't get any better than that. So, you know, really, it needs... I did speak to him. I've sent him some pictures. And he said, yeah, you got it out a little bit, but it's not all the way out, is it? I said, nah. I said, you're never going to get it out all the way, really. It needs... just can't get in there to get it out. So you just need... It really needs a rub down, some filler, and then prep, rub, filler, prep, filler, rub. And then this whole sort of side needs painting in, really, sort of blending in this whole corner. But that's, you know, we're talking hundreds and hundreds there. So probably 300 quid. And he doesn't want to pay that. So he only wants to pay like 60 quid. So he's kind of getting a £60 job, and he's happy with that, I suppose. It's better than what it was. He knows it costs hundreds to get it right, to get it painted, to get it absolutely perfect. But he's not looking for perfect. Well, he's not paying for it. He doesn't want to pay for it. So yeah, so that is where we are. He's on his way. He's going to pick it up, and another one done, and a quick 60 quid job. So, but that's basically it. Yeah, that's where we are with it. But let's get this one out of the way, and then we're done. Probably bring the Focus back in, and then we'll have a look at the Focus and see how that's drying out, because yeah, I actually sort of baked it in the sun for a few hours now. I keep turning it round as well, facing, so that now it's facing sort of that way where the sun's going to hit it. Doors are open, so yeah, it's really sort of getting a good drying out there. So, but let's get this out of the way. We'll bring the Focus back in. And we'll carry on with that for a little while and just see how we get. And the time is ticking away, so let's just see what we can get done today. But for now, this one is done. Right, let's do this. Right, okay, guys. So I've brought the Focus in. It's had a real good, nice bake in the sun. The mastic is gone off and it's a little bit squidgy underneath, but it's going to be, you know, it's going to be good now. So yeah, there's a little bit of a wipe round. Get the hoover in there, just hoover out the stuff. Just make sure there's no crud and crap in there. There's a few bits and pieces in there, you can see it. So I just want to clean that out, hoover that right through, so that it don't, you know, there's no channels, you know, it's not stopping the channel with the water flowing out. And then we'll just put all that back together, because that kind of side of it's done. We've just got to wait for this carpet and everything else to dry out now. I'm going to leave the car in here tonight. I'm not going to put this back. I'm going to leave it open. All the bits and pieces are really getting a nice sunch. The baking outside the front here is really, really hot now. So, yeah. That's definitely dried up. So that's good. This is all, it's really, really dry now. It's been sitting out here for hours. Again, with this, it's like there's nothing in it. Maybe just tiny on the edges. But yeah, it's really, really good. So yeah, again, I'm still going to leave it out. I'm not going to put it back until tomorrow. Just leave it as long as possible, just to sort of dry off in the sun. But yeah, we can crack on with this engine bay, get that sorted out, get the filter back in place, get all this finished off and completely done. I'm thinking about putting some mastic along that edge as well, just because really it'll help, I think. Yeah, let's just. But then it's going to be difficult to get it back off once he, you know, if he ever wants to change it, put another filter on. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Right, let's crack on. Let's get this part back together, and then, yeah, we'll have a look. I'll have a look and see what it's like. So, yeah, let me set you up and let's carry on. Right, okay guys, so there we go. This has been put back correctly underneath the actual bracket, and I've actually put I did actually put a little bit of mastic along there as well. You can just see it, not too much, but just a little bit, just to help it, I think. So yeah, I'll leave it like that. I'm going to leave it inside so it can really dry out. I have bought in the actual carpets, this you know, the underlay. I bought all that back in. Not the carpet's still in there. I bought in the underlay because it's really dry now. To be honest, it was getting so hot out there, which is great. We'll leave that in here overnight. We'll leave like this overnight, and this should really sort of dry out. It smells incredibly dry and clean already. So yeah, there we go. Right, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Hopefully tomorrow, this is all going to be back to put that to normal, back together. And yeah, ready for him to pick up in the tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. But yeah, it's surprising, isn't it? Just because I didn't put it back properly, this cover, it's caused so much water leak. And it was just that point here where this bolt is here. That's where it was creased down and forced, and it was forcing a gap, and the water was just running in like a waterfall. So yeah, hopefully now it's doing its job, because it was doing its job previous for him taking it to have a service. I think he actually had the clutch done, and they done a service at the same time, and they caused that problem. But before, it was absolutely fine. So I've put it back like it was before. So there we go. Guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed what I'm doing, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. See you soon.